Really pleased to announce that I am the new head writer for @AnnoyingOrange. Looking forward to sharing the fun and wacky situations the other writers and I have come up with for Orange, Apple, Pear, and the rest of the gang in the coming uploads. My latest for @AnnoyingOrange. Me and the other writers had a lot of fun on this one. Whenever unstable salt is involved, we get to have a lot of fun coming up with even crazier lines than we can for anyone else, even Orange himself. I wish I could say that I was the one who had the idea for Grapefruit to say he wants to shoot his shot with Zendaya, but I have to give credit to my team for that one. Moments like these remind me how lucky I am to be collaborating with so many talented individuals. The most important part of any script, but especially an @AnnoyingOrange script, is to make sure things flow together. We came up with so many great alt jokes and tangents that we had to cut to preserve the episode's momentum. Maybe if this gets enough likes, I'll share them? Lastly, I'm really proud of how that final twist landed. I think we did a great job of easing the audience to suspect that something else might happen, and then turning it around in the exact opposite direction. I don't want to spoil it, but trust me, you won't see it coming. I think this is a good place to close out my behind-the-scenes thoughts. Being my first episode as head writer, I thought it would be cool to share it all with you. Is there interest in me doing this more? Maybe not every upload, but weekly? Let me know. Another new @AnnoyingOrange. I'll be honest, I'm a little disappointed with how this one came out. We thought having the conspiracy theorist Lou the Tick would be a great opportunity to satirize the political divide our nation faces, but the producers were against us doing anything too political. The most they let us conceded was letting Lou say, government overreach, but it's not far enough in my opinion. If the writers of @AnnoyingOrange aren't allowed to speak truth to power, then who is? Another Monday, another new @AnnoyingOrange video. You could probably tell, but we were inspired by the scene from @Popstar movie when Connor fights the bees for Hairball's ending. I'm hoping we get to revisit the character inside the cat's esophagus soon. Got in a big fight with the @AnnoyingOrange producers today. They hated my idea to serialize the show and have the next episode take place where the last one left off, with Hairball inside a cat's esophagus. I get that the show has built itself on being episodic, but I worry if we don't start telling larger stories with these characters, they'll start to stagnate and people will grow bored. Oh well, I'm not the one who founded a YouTube channel with over 11 million subscribers. New @AnnoyingOrange is an embarrassment. I'm sorry to let you guys down with the substandard work. The other writers and I spent the week working on the Hairball idea, only to be shot down at the last minute. The result is an infantile work where random equals funny. I don't recommend it at all, but if for some reason you want to see the product of a frustrated writer's room who should have had more info communicated to them early on, here's the link. I am sorry for the upset I have caused the @AnnoyingOrange producers, fans, and animation team. I should have been much clearer in my message. My tweets were more about venting a personal creative dissatisfaction. It was in no way about disrespecting the production. Now it's on me to make sure I show my commitment 100% to @AnnoyingOrange in my writing for upcoming episodes. I came to @AnnoyingOrange to be successful. I hope to achieve many things while here. That's why I signed a 5-year deal. A new hysterical @AnnoyingOrange for me and the team. Hope you at least watch a little of it. We've heard you. You wanted more female-centric videos from @AnnoyingOrange, and we couldn't agree more. Please enjoy the latest episode. We've gotten some justified criticism here at @AnnoyingOrange for the lack of female voices in our writer's room. We want to change that. So if you are a female comedy writer seeking employment, please apply using the form below. @AnnoyingOrange writer application. Seeking to add some diversity to our writer's room with some people of different genders. Please do not apply if you are a man. What is your name? What is your email address? Please attach your resume below. What is your weekly availability? What is your professional writing experience? What is your favorite episode of @AnnoyingOrange and why? Why do you want to write for @AnnoyingOrange? Please link to your online portfolio if you have one. Anything else we should know about you? Thank you so much for your interest. We hope to get back to you soon. Right on cue, another new @AnnoyingOrange. Don't have too much to say about this one, other than it was nice to work with Pear, and I'm really proud of the execution of that final joke, so I thought I'd highlight some comments that made me smile. With the amount of work that goes into writing an episode, it's easy to get burned out and wonder if it's even worth it. But when I see how much the fans love and appreciate the work we do, it reminds me how important it is to stick with it and keep on going. I mean, Orange isn't wrong about Walmart. My dad and I always call it Walfart. It's a classic. Fart emoticon, a lot of these this episode. Excellent. Lol, lots of fart jokes. Those never get old. A special @Star Wars themed @AnnoyingOrange. Obviously, it would have been more apt to upload this 2 days ago, but we have a schedule, damn it, Mondays and Fridays. Once we have to start writing bonus episodes in addition to doing 2 episodes a week is when the writer's room starts talking about unionizing, and you know the producers wouldn't be too happy about that. You all know what's coming, at Annoying Orange. I don't want to spoil the twists of this episode, so be sure to watch it right away. As the weather gets nicer and I see people posting their fun outdoor adventures, I admit I get a little jealous that I have to be in the writer's room 14 hours a day, but at least I can stand behind the final product. Also, if you applied to be a writer through the form I sent out last week, you should be hearing back in the next few days. Really looking forward to getting some fresh meat on the team. Or should I say, fresh fruit. To think I almost forgot to tweet about today's new at Annoying Orange video. Simply, this was a blast. With lightning rounds like hashtag AskOrange, we have opportunities to make a lot of fun references and gags. For all my hashtag football friends who love a bit of Fat Frank, here's a bit of Fat Pear. Also, should we release Hanging With My Chicken on iTunes? I vote yes, in case you missed it.
Hey Orange, how's your pet chicken?
Yo, I'm hanging with my chicken all the time. She's picking, picking with my body, she was straight up picking. I think that you should subscribe, or chicken be shooting eggs in your eye. That's right, he's a bad motherfucker. Kick your butt with a Tootsie Pop sucker. That's no joke, my feathered friend. Subscribe now, or it's the end.
Shorter at Annoying Orange video this Monday than usual, settling in our new writers. The first episode with the full team will be this Friday. It's the first at Annoying Orange with our new and more diverse writers' room. As a show of what's to come, we had Orange and his sister co-host this episode, having an equal number of zingers from male and female characters. I was a little worried that the cool boys club environment we had going would be lost, but the new woman we've brought on really make us a more creative team than I could ever imagine. If before we were the Hardy Boys, we're now the Scooby-Doo Mystery Team, which is great. On today's at Annoying Orange, we talk about movies. Having all gone to film school, us writers had a lot of fun satirizing some stereotypes. Gags like Grapefruit's pretentious student film and Pear's basic Citizen Kane take were pulled straight from reality. In more personal news, I managed to convince the producers to fund a writer's retreat for me and the other writers this past weekend. Since we brought in new hires, I thought the best way for everyone to get to really know each other was with some meats and drinks at a lake house. Everyone had a blast. Nothing quite like an overnight drunk to bond a group of people together. I can tell you right now that some of the jokes in future episodes will be direct references to some of the crazier events of the past few nights. Be sure to be on the lookout. I know I shouldn't play favorites, but this is probably the best at Annoying Orange video under my tenure. We finally got to fulfill my desire to do some more serialized storytelling, and I really feel Jimmy Mallon might be the best standalone joke thus far. I don't want to tempt fate, but I feel like things are really looking up for the at Annoying Orange team, and the coming weeks will be some of the most exciting and rewarding in years. The producers of At Annoying Orange were gracious enough to give us writers Memorial Day off, so today the voice actors took a shot at making a video without our help. You can watch it below. Far be it from me to tell people what they should and shouldn't joke about, but I would never put out a video making fun of an MCU movie. I think we should just let people enjoy things. Teasing comic book entities is kind of low-hanging fruit. Get it? Happy Pride Month, everyone! You're the zest, just the way you are. While I understand being skeptical of / criticizing brands that use Pride Month as a kind of marketing tactic, I can assure you that this is not the case for At Annoying Orange. They truly stand for and behind LGBTQA+ rights. Yesterday's tweet was not just lip service. Glad to see people aren't getting tired of At Annoying Orange. New video out now. His laugh never gets old. Had a pretty crazy day yesterday, so forgot to tweet about the new At Annoying Orange. It's a short things with puns about space. Without getting into it too much, if any of you get a call from someone asking questions about me, ignore it. Some wannabe is trying to find a story where there isn't one, asking leading questions and telling a series of untruths to try to paint me in a bad light. It's all BS that ideally won't see the light of day. Annoying Orange, Baby Orange goes to daycare. I don't enjoy putting publicizing new At Annoying Orange videos on the back burner, but I'm really getting it from all sides right now. I can't get into it, RN. Hopefully I'll never have to. Let's just say it's a little apropos that today's episode is about babies. Feels like I'm dealing with them a lot these days. By popular demand today on At Annoying Orange, we have the surprise airbag challenge. Sometimes I feel a little bad for all the abuse we put Pear through, but you have to get comedy somehow. For those interested in abuse, fucker! Don't read this fucking shit, it's full of fucking lies! Far worse than annoying. A culture of harassment in the Annoying Orange writer's room. Note, this situation is ongoing. This article will be updated as more information is learned. In early April, recent college graduate Brian Fagan tweeted about his new place of employment. Really pleased to announce that I am the new head writer for At Annoying Orange. Looking forward to sharing the fun and wacky situations the other writers and I have come up with for Orange, Apple, Pear, and the rest of the gang in the coming uploads. To an unaware eye, this tweet is simply an announcement of an exciting development in the career of a young creative. Putting a little more thought into things, however, one cannot help but ask themselves questions. How did a 21-year-old immediately gain the rank of head writer? How did he leapfrog staff who have worked tirelessly for years? Even more perplexing, why did he include Apple in one of the main group? Apple died in the first ever Annoying Orange episode in 2009 and has not returned to any episode since. Wouldn't someone even slightly knowledgeable in Annoying Orange's catalog include grapefruit in their list? Or marshmallow? For those unaware, Annoying Orange is an American live-action / animated comedy web series created by Dane Bodekheimer, known online as Danebo. The series follows an anthropomorphic orange who annoys fruits, vegetables, and various other objects by telling crude jokes and puns till their deadly demise. In addition, the show satirizes and parodies pop culture, including television programs, commercials, anime series, films, music, celebrities, politicians, fairy tales, video games, and internet culture with a touch of off-color humor, surrealism, and gross-out humor. As the channel grew, Dane brought in additional writers and editors to continue putting out at least weekly videos, if not multiple in a week. In 2012, Cartoon Network picked up the series under the name The High Fructose Adventures of Annoying Orange. The series ran for two 30-episode seasons before being canceled in 2014 after wide critical panning. At the same time, the uploads never stopped coming on the Annoying Orange YouTube channel, with Bodekheimer still voicing the titular Orange. You'd have to talk to Dane about Dane, one writer stated. They're a pretty private person, which I don't think anyone can really judge them for. The sentiment is shared among the staff writers I spoke to. I didn't agree to this interview to speak about Dane. I don't want them to seem like a bad person. I don't blame them for what's happening now. While journalistically frustrating, I respect the writer's wishes and did not push more than needed. What is publicly known is that Dane launched an NFT project in July 2021, and 9 months later, Fagan stepped into a position of power. These events may or may not be related, i.e. perhaps Dane couldn't spend as much time on the show, but what matters is that Fagan had arrived, and with him came the problems. I remember his first day very well. He walked in with Tom, one of the producers, who introduced him to us as our new head writer. Tom swiftly walked out, and then Brian, in a very serious tone, said that we would never see him again. While we looked around confused, he laughed, said, "Gotcha," and took a seat at the front of the room. I asked him how he got involved in the project, and instead of answering, he yelled, "Hey, Apple," and fired a rubber band at my head. We didn't write anything for the whole 8-hour meeting. When asked to describe Fagan, several of the same adjectives kept popping up. Immature, vindictive, and plain stupid paint a very clear picture, but it's also one that is depressingly common in the entertainment industry. What seems distinctive is his apparent lack of work and his consistent pattern of passing off others as his own. I think maybe twice he came up with a joke all on his own. Every day someone would pitch something and then he would repeat it with worse wording and point at himself like he wanted us all to go, "Good one, Brian," said one writer. That's annoying, but I can deal with it. But when someone has an idea he doesn't like... It might not have been the worst one, but one time he walked over and then just started knocking on the writer's forehead going, "What kind of idea is that? You got packing peanuts in there? Hello?" And he kept doing that for like 6 straight minutes until it turned noon, then he walked straight out to get his lunch. All of these stories run counter to the narrative Fagan has been pushing on Twitter. For the past few months, his followers have been treated to bi-weekly updates on the wonderful collaborative process of making wonderfully original internet comedy. My latest for @AnnoyingOrange. Me and the other writers had a lot of fun on this one. Whenever unstable salt is involved, we get to have a lot of fun coming up with even crazier lines than we can for anyone else, even Orange himself. Of course, even Fagan's papering over of reality still reveals several cracks. Less than a week into his tenure as head writer, Fagan began tweeting about a series of disagreements with the producing team related to his desire to branch the series out into more serialized storylines. I can tell you confidently he did not actually care about artistic merit. He's too lazy to actually have an opinion on work. He just wanted to make big changes so he could say he made big changes. Fagan ended up having a private meeting with the producers following his tweets, which resulted in him posting the following apology on his page. "I am sorry for the upset I have caused the @AnnoyingOrange producers, fans, and animation team. I should have been much clearer in my message. My tweets were more about venting a personal creative dissatisfaction. It was in no way about disrespecting the production. Now it's on me to make sure I show my commitment 100% to @AnnoyingOrange in my writing for upcoming episodes. I came to Annoying Orange to be successful. I hope to achieve many things while here. That's why I signed a 5-year deal. From the writers I spoke to, Fagan did not show any new commitment after this statement was released. We all thought if he was going to get fired, that was it. Once it wasn't, he lost a lot of hope and went back to enduring the abuse. The most notable change I noticed was that he started using GIFs in his tweets, which I would argue is a very surface level change. Although it would seem that Fagan's modus operandi is to appear to make changes without having to enact any. We've gotten some justified criticism here at Annoying Orange for the lack of female voices in our writers' room. We want to change that. So if you are a female comedy writer seeking employment, please apply using the form below. At the start of May, Fagan proudly declared his goal to diversify the writers' room with fresh female talent and posted a public application form in the above tweet. A little over 2 weeks later, Fagan proudly announced that the applicants have been looked through and the new hires have been brought in. This would be a terrific act that would actually be worthy of praise if it weren't for the fact that no women were ever actually hired. It was an unbelievable lie, just so demonstrably untrue. When he would tweet about how we were all getting along, that was obviously false, but there was a chance he might have believed he wasn't lying. I don't know how he could justify saying something happened when it could be infinitely proved that it did not. Shortly after the new hires were brought in, Fagan got the producers to fund a mandatory writer's retreat at a lake house in Crestline, California. The purpose of this trip, as stated on Twitter, was for the writers to come together in a kind of bonding, but what ended up occurring was Fagan getting increasingly drunk and rambling. According to the writers I spoke to, his ramblings consisted of observations that were either dishwater dull, why is it that you always lose a pen before it runs out of ink, or needlessly offensive. I don't drink coffee, but if I did, I'd imagine it'd look like Rihanna. When one of the writers suggested he take a break from the drinks, Fagan had been making a series of tropical flavored cocktails, shouting that it was tiki time. Fagan threw an ice cube slightly smaller than a tennis ball at his head, thankfully missing. The other writers then stepped up and told him that he can't do that, and he could have given him a concussion. Fagan shouted that it was a joke, it was just water. No one's ever gotten a concussion from water. Fagan then took his cocktail ingredients into his bedroom and locked himself in. The next morning, over a tense breakfast, Fagan addressed the group saying, "We all got a little crazy last night," despite the fact he was the only one drinking. It was shortly after this writer's retreat that I began receiving private messages on Twitter from the writers asking me to do a piece. Many of them believe the only hope they have of removing Fagan as head writer is to generate a public outcry against him. This initially put me off slightly, as I do not consider myself a hitman. I always go into a story seeking to give a balanced and complete portrait of events, not simply giving one side a win. Therefore, this article will not be complete without giving Mr. Fagan an opportunity to comment and give his version of events. When I reached out to Mr. Fagan, he replied, "If you publish that fucking article, I will hire men to cut off your fingers and feed them to pigeons." Well, there you have it. What's the plural of Judas? Judai? Judases? Either way, I'm surrounded by way too many. It's not even well written.
Hey, how's it going, Twitter? I got a call. The Annoying Orange producers had a meeting yesterday, and I'm done. I'm fired. This is it. I don't have anything. I don't have shit. I guess you're all fucking happy now. You're all fucking happy you broke a man down, fucking got him fired from his fucking job. Congrats. You know what? I'm fucking sick of all you fucking loser haters who don't fucking know who the fuck I am or what the fuck I'm about. You know, you don't have a fucking clue, so how you can suck my fucking dick, okay? Because you don't fucking know me, alright? So fuck you, eat a fucking dick. I've done more in my life than any of you motherfuckers ever will. I worked fucking hard to get to where I fucking got with Annoying Orange, and I'm gonna fucking work hard on all the other shit I'm gonna make too, okay? And yeah, fucker, I have fucking slept, okay? I woke up this morning, I've been praying, and I've been praying most of the night, so just shut the fuck your fucking loser mouth up, alright? Have a nice life, Twitter. Peace out.